It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news, with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's the E-Commerce Minute for March 29th, 2018.
In today's episode, Amazon to buy empty Toys R Us locations.
Amazon has reportedly looked into expanding their retail footprint by acquiring some of the locations from bankrupt retailer Toys R Us. But don't look for an Amazon Toys R Us reboot. The soon-to-be vacant toy stores will reportedly be used as a retail space for Amazon products, such as their line of Echo devices. Giving Amazon a bigger retail footprint would help the company bring their inventory closer to their consumer, potentially being used as a quick delivery hub. The stores could also be used as a staging ground for Whole Foods deliveries as it begins its rollout of 2-hour deliveries in some cities. But according to a report by Bloomberg, the negotiations for the empty stores could go nowhere. In 2015, Amazon held discussions about acquiring some Radio Shack locations around the time of the electronic retailer's bankruptcy filing. People with the matter said. Nothing came of those talks. Meanwhile, Toys R Us may live on in some form. Its Canadian unit, which was in financially better shape than the U.S. stores, is up for sale, along with its operations around the world. The division in the UK is currently being wound down. A buyer could potentially still operate some U.S. stores from a Canadian base. The company has begun liquidating its more than 700 U.S. locations, but is holding off its 200 best stores for the next few weeks. And finally, Charles Lazarus, the founder of Toys R Us, died last week at age 94, according to a company spokesman. The founder died 3 days after the shutdown announcement. Mr. Lazarus no longer had a stake in the company at the time of his death. What timing is that?
That's kind of crazy, right?
That is really insane. Now, he wasn't connected with Toys R Us any longer, but still. Do you think it was a broken heart? Oh, that's terrible to say.
Only my company just shut down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shut down too. That is just weird.
That is weird. So what do you think about the Amazon thing?
What do I think?
Those stores are pretty big.
This is just humongous. I mean, I've been to an Amazon store. Not to go, not to shop. They have actual stores. There's from in New York. I like them.
But the New York ones, aren't they hybrid bookstores / Kindle stores? Like they're small, more boutique-y kind of things?
Yeah, but it's one of those you go and you grab something, you check out. It's kind of like more of an Apple store experience than anything else. Which is
right. But what's in there? Isn't it like Kindles?
Books and then Kindles and all their all their stuff. Like that's what they're for. I don't know what I mean. I guess Amazon can convert these things to wholesale. To grocery delivery type things.
Okay, so being someone who used to work in a Toys R Us, 25% of a Toys R Us footprint is storage and warehouse and shipping and receiving. So what I would say in my logistical mind is that they would close off half of it and use it as a drop for, okay, a trailer comes in and then it's a hub for local delivery. So for instance, you have a Toys R Us that's located in a not suburban location, but like where I live, it's in between the suburbs and the city, dense population. You drop the trailer there and then you'd have whoever you're using for your local deliveries there. Totally makes sense. The rest of the store could be used for, like it says in the articles, for their Echo devices, for, like you had said, books, Kindles, things like that. And then why not split it off and do a small food thing?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I just think it could be a smooth thing. Is exactly what we're talking about. I wonder if they might use it for the Prime stuff, like the Prime Now, like quick delivery, right?
Yep.
Like have it. Hey, here you go, and then you can deliver everywhere. Like just it expands the 2-hour delivery to absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it really could take a form of, you've got this, a Toys R Us store has a large frontage. Yep. So you're not talking about New York City. You're talking about frontage that's maybe 1,000 feet wide. So you have that great retail presence. You come in, it's a real boutique-y experience. Maybe they put a coffee shop in there, but really only 1/3 of it would be consumer facing, and the rest of it could just all be logistics. And the reason that they would do that is because of the placement of where these stores are.
Exactly.
So I think it's a real estate logistics move rather than a marketing or just purely like retail move.
No, it's not gonna be a retail move. I mean, it's gonna be a marketing move, but it's gonna be also a very, very big logistic move.
Yeah, I mean, you imagine Again, I'll say the word frontage again because I like to say the word frontage. That you pull up where a Toys R Us used to be, and there's a giant Amazon logo there.
Right.
The big smile face beaming over the parking lot.
Hey man, it's just how the world works.
That's how the world works. All right, and poor Mr. Lazarus. I actually, as I said, I worked for Toys R Us a long time ago, before back when film was black and white. And I never really knew the history of the company, but the company was started by this guy, Charles Lazarus. He took advantage of when the baby boomer generation started, and he was selling baby furniture. And it was great because the baby boomers, that's why it's called baby boomers, because all these guys came home from the war and started families, and money was, everybody had money. So he was selling baby furniture, and customers started to come in and says, well, you got furniture. Where are the toys? We want to buy some toys. He started selling toys, and the little light bulb went off in his head. He goes, I'm only going to sell these people one crib, but I could sell them 100 toys for 15 years of this kid's life. And that was the day he went out of sell. And it was like, you think about it, like he went, I could make, I could sell this family one crib and never see them again, or they could be a customer for life. And the rest is history.
Exactly. Just fantastic.
Oh, one other thing I want to add. So there's an article here at CNN. There's some billionaire, the guy behind the Bratz dolls and the Little Tikes toys. He actually wants to step in and save Toys R Us. This guy named Isaac Larian says he and two other unidentified investors are pledging $200 million to try to save the 400 remaining of the 735 U.S. stores. So he actually started a GoFundMe. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
So the GoFundMe page, don't let the lights go out for the next generation of Toys R Us kids. Donate and help save Toys R Us. It's a noble effort. I think it's a wonderful thing. And he and his buddies have pledged $200 million. The problem is that they need to come up with, what's the number? $1 billion by May.
Yeah.
So him and his buddies pledged $200 million. So now they have $200 million and $48,000 of their $1 billion goal. And as of this recording, it's March. It's the end of March. So, yeah, I think got a little bit to go.
If you love Toys R Us and you want to still shop at Toys R Us physically,
so go to the GoFundMe. I'll put that in the show notes. Just a little out there. Again, a noble effort by him and his buddies, but I don't think it's going to happen. Just
let's gather. Where's $1 billion to buy it?
$1 billion with a B. A Toys R Us spokesman had no comment on Larian's effort.
Let's spend it on something else, please.
All right. Got anything else?
That is it.
All right. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media @Sumo Heavy.